Little Mummy Red Hat opened his door, stepped outside and closed his door. And he went to call on his friend, Little Mummy Yellow Hat. Come on, Little Mummy Yellow Hat. It's a sunny day. Let's go and play outdoors. Okay, said Little Mummy Yellow Hat, opened his door, stepped outside and closed his door. Let's go to Woodthorpe Meadows, they said. It was quite a way to go though. They had to go up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, until they got to Woodthorpe Meadows. Let's go and explore in the woods, they said. So first they went to the woods to see what they could find. They found all sorts of exciting things. They found mushrooms and eggshells and lovely leaves. And then they walked through into the meadows and they found other things. They found flowers and they even found some ants' nests. But after a while it was time to go back home again. So they went up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, till they got back home. Little Mummy Red Hat opened his door, stepped inside and closed his door and said bye-bye. And Little Mummy Yellow Hat opened his door, stepped inside and closed his door and said bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. So let's have a little look at the gnomes' adventure and see some of the things that they found in the woods and the meadow. Look what we found on this rotting log. Can you see down here? It's an orange-coloured fungus growing on the dead wood. Beautiful colour it is. Orange. And look, there's another little tree stump, and I can see some more fungus. It white with a grey inside. Looks like a stone to me. What I found here. I wonder what that used to be. I think it used to be a flower called a bluebell, but now it's turned into seed heads with seeds inside. Wow, look at this wood, this stump. It's rotting so much, it's turning to soil again. Wow. Ooh, smells good. I found something on the path here. Can you see? I wonder who used to live in there. I think it was the snail who lived in there. There's a snail shell. What else can we see? Oh, I see something over here. Let's have a look. I wonder what this is. I think it's an eggshell. It must have come from a nest up in the tree. Oh, let's look up and see what we can see above our heads. I can see lots of branches at the top of the trees and loads of lovely green leaves and the light coming through the gaps. And let's look down here. Can you see on there? Let's have a look. It's a feather. It's a pigeon's feather. Wonder where the pigeon is. And look at these leaves. They've got a strange brown pattern on them. I think there's a little insect living inside there on those leaves, making that brown pattern. Here I am in the meadow, and I'm underneath a big, beautiful big tree. And if you look up, I don't know if you can see, there's a fruit growing on this tree. They're little tiny apples, because this is an apple tree. And I wonder what we'll find underneath the apple tree. Let's have a look down and see. Oh, look who's here. It's our friends, Little Nomi Red Hat and Little Nomi Yellow Hat. And they found some apples that have fallen off the tree. Can you see the little baby apples? I wonder, can you see the colour? Half of the apple is green and the other half is red. And there are 1, 2, 3 little apples. So let's have a look. Look what I've seen in the meadow. There's some beautiful flowers down here. Are these beautiful yellow flowers? They look like yellow stars. And then down underneath, right down underneath, very small little white flowers, tiny white flowers down underneath. I wonder if we'll see any bees come and visit the flowers. Have a look down here on the grass. Can you see where the rain has been? And it's made loads of shimmering jewels. Beautiful. I found something really interesting down here. Can you see what this pile of sand and soil? It's actually the nest of an insect. And in living under here, if you looked closely, you can see there's loads and loads of little ants. I wonder if I just see if we can see any ants. Let's just pop it. Here they go. Can you see? Little tiny yellowy red coloured ants. Lots of them living in this pile. Have a look what I found in the meadow. Down under the grass. Can you see? There's a little mushroom down here, growing in the grass. Look at this little fella I've just found. A little black insect larvae. This turns into a ladybird. Look who I found down here. Have a look down on there. Look on the leaf. Can you see? It's a ladybird. I wonder how many spots that ladybird's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's a 7-spotted ladybird, that one. The gnomes have found a big piece of wood and they're wondering if anything is living underneath. So they've asked me if I could turn it over and see what we can find. So let's have a look and see if there's anybody living underneath this log. I don't know. We'll see. It's a very small centipede. But look over here, because this one is much bigger. What a beautiful millipede. Is there anything else? Who's this? Can you see who's here? It's a slug, a sleepy slug. And this under here, what a beautiful colour. That's a type of fungus and it looks kind of bluey green, doesn't it? Oh, there's an ant. There's lots of things living under here. Wow, well, we had an amazing adventure with the gnomes and we found so many lovely things in the meadow and the woods. And I wonder who's behind the fairy door today. Have a look and see who's behind. And the door... Oh, it's very small. Let's see what's in here. Oh, can you see? It's a stripy snail shell. No snail inside today. And I've got a little rhyme about a snail shell. And it goes like this. Once I found a little shell upon the garden wall. I knocked upon its little door. No answer came at all. But as I turned to walk away, a snail came out to see, who'd knocked upon its little door and waved its horns at me. And here is my puppet snail. You can see these are the little horns of the snail, and this is the little body that lives inside the snail shell. Now it's time to say goodbye, so we'll sing our song to say goodbye. Say goodbye to Storyland, Storyland, Storyland. Say goodbye to Storyland, where we dance by the light of the moon. And we'll say goodbye. Let's think who we met today. We'll say goodbye to the little eggshell that we found. Bye-bye, eggshell. And we'll say goodbye to the beautiful orange fungus that we found on the tree. Bye-bye. And we'll say goodbye to the ladybirds that we saw on the plants. Bye-bye. And the animals that lived in the little nest on the grass, the ants. We'll say goodbye to the ants. And to the beautiful yellow flowers that we found. Bye-bye. And we'll say goodbye to you and goodbye to me. Bye.